Hello, Gas. How you doing how you doing Saturday? Having a good day? Oh no. Can you hear me all right? Hush, Minnie. Minnie, hush. Sorry about that. I'm doing good. Come on. Get in there. Trying to think I should have shared the audio. Let's see. Let me try this again. It's not
Gone are
showing.
the days when you take your dog to the park and throw around a ball. Now, your dog can play fetch all by his little lonesome.
I hit you one more time. How was that going, wasn't I? This is inventions for lazy people. For lazy. Got off work early today, so I figured I'd pop up here. Got off work early today, so I figured I'd pop up here. Am I still sounding okay, Gas? Am I still sounding okay, Gas?
LazyJojo.com. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 inventions for lazy people. Before we begin, content. For this list, we're looking at the most ridiculous inventions out there that show just how far we'll go to do less. Some of these inventions are pretty impressive, while others are just sad. Number 10, self-stirring mugs. You know, we get it. Stirring things is hard. You gotta get a spoon and move it in complicated circle patterns. Who needs that in their life? Thankfully, the self stirring mug is here to save you from this negligible effort. With the simple push of a button, your beverage stirs itself. It comes in a travel mug, so you can even stir while walking out the door. The only thing not accommodating about this
God forbid you
God
break a finger
forbid.
stirring your own shit.
beauty is that it needs to be hand washed. That seems like more overall effort when you put it all together. But hey, at least you won't need to wash a spoon. Number 9. Selfie the easy bed. There are two kinds of people, those who make their bed and those who don't. For those who don't, meet your new best friend, Selfie the easy bed. This rail-based system pulls your sheets into place and then folds itself down to hide. It was originally designed for the sick and elderly, but it's also perfect for the lazy at heart. Unlike other models coming to the market, this system works with all kinds of sheets and blankets, which will save you a trip to Bed Bath & Beyond. Number 8. Automatic ball thrower or launcher. Gone are the days when you take your dog to the park and throw around a ball. Now your dog can play fetch all by his little lonesome with an automatic ball thrower. All you gotta do is train your dog to load the ball into the launcher, and you'll never have to throw a slimy ball again. Let's be honest here. Even though your dog is gonna have an awesome time, it's still no substitute for you. And think of all the bonding time you'll be missing.
You just gotta teach your dog to put a pack in the hole. I know some lazy people that would want to do that.
Number 7. Lazy reading glasses, also known as prism glasses. Have you ever thought to yourself, I would read more if it just didn't involve sitting up? Well, consider your non-reading days over thanks to science. Like some kind of magic act, these Superfly glasses use mirrors to reflect your world at a 90-degree angle. That's a whole 90 degrees that you don't have to lift your head. If you still feel that reading requires too much effort, it might be time to give up on books, period. Thankfully, these versatile glasses work just as well for television. Nothing screams total relaxation like reclining lifelessly on Netflix. Number 6. Self-driving cars. Compared to some of the other inventions on our list, these automobiles are
Hold on a minute, I'm gonna reset that. I know quite a few people that would need those inventions. Mom's doing good. Mom's doing good. Let's see if we can get this going again. brush it. Yeah, mom's doing pretty good. Enjoying her quiet. Flipping ads. I hate ads. Oh,
And we publish new videos every day.
that was it.
Patterns. Who needs that in their life? Thankfully, the self-stirring mug is here to save you from this negligible effort. With the simple push of a button, your beverage stirs itself. It comes in a travel mug, so you can even stir while walking out the door. The only thing not
We was at the God forbid you have to make your own bed. You have to make your own bed. Like, who the fuck wants to do that? Who the fuck wants to do Jesus?
those who make their bed and those who don't. For those who don't, meet your new best friend, Selfie, the Easy Bed. This rail-based system pulls your sheets into place and then folds itself down to hide. It was originally designed for the sick and elderly, but it's also perfect for the lazy at heart. Unlike other models coming to the market, this system works with all kinds of sheets and blankets, which will save you a trip to Bed Bath & Beyond. Number 8. Automatic ball thrower or launcher. Gone are the days when you take your dog to the park and throw around a ball. Now your dog can play fetch all by his little lonesome with an automatic ball thrower. All you gotta do is train your dog to load the ball into the launcher, and you'll never have to throw a slimy ball again.
Do I
Let's
still
be
got an
honest here.
extra?
Even though your dog can have an awesome time, it's still no substitute for you. And think of all that bonding time you'll be missing. Number 7. Lazy reading glasses, also known as prism glasses. Have you ever thought to yourself, I would read more if it just didn't involve sitting up? Well, consider your non-reading days over thanks to science. Like some kind of magic act. These Superfly glasses use mirrors to reflect your world at a 90-degree angle. That's a whole 90 degrees that you don't have to lift your head. If you still feel that reading requires too much effort, it might be time to give up on books, period. Thankfully, these versatile glasses work just as well for television. Nothing screams total. Based on the marketing, the main selling point seems to be that they're supposed to reduce the amount of accidents. But let's be honest. From an end user perspective, it's all about minimizing the effort we put into our daily drives. Driving involves paying attention, but with a self-driving car, you can sit back, relax, and watch the world go by. Number 5. Dust mop slippers. Let's begin by getting a few things out in the open. These slippers are not practical. They are definitely not fashionable. They look more like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. The idea behind them is that you clean your floors by simply going about your day. The amount they actually clean is questionable, though, so you're
I
still going
know
to
it
have to
makes
from
better.
time to time. Alternately, if you have a baby that's started crawling, they can get in on the cleaning action with the adorable mop onesie. Thankfully, the
Do I
baby
still have
onesie
that?
looks to be more of a gag gift than anything else, we hope. Number 4, self-lacing shoes.
Power laces, all right.
In 1989, the Back to the Future sequel predicted that the future would bring us self.
Do I still have an echo? Yes. What the flip? What about now? Am I all better? See, it takes me a little bit. I'll figure it out. Hold on.
Like most things these days, all models of these self-lacing shoes need to be charged to work. And they also feature awesome looking legs. Unfortunately and unsurprisingly, these kicks are very expensive. So for now, most of us will just have to
Trying
buy
to
our
see
own
if I
shoes.
can.
Number 3, Roomba. One thing we can all agree on is that vacuuming sucks. Every sense of
The
the word.
Roomba. A couple of my clients have the Roomba. So, how's your weekend going so far? Mine's going pretty good. Got off work early today. Right on. Been working on the Cadillac. I changed the radiator in it, and then I had to change the transmission filters. So that was super fun, dropping the tank. Now all I got to do is burp the car where I changed the radiator. I haven't done that yet. It's been raining, so I had to put that on hold. There's a bleeder. There's a bleeder hose on it where I can bleed the radiator, but once I do that, I can do it that way, or I can get a bucket, or not a bucket, like it's a little tub, set it on top where I put on my radiator or the coolant, and then start the car up and let the bubbles come out. Actually, I just started. Cadillac's first car I ever worked on. Figured if I'm gonna keep it, then I better figure it out because it's got the North Star V8 engine, which is the most crappiest engines ever. They're infamous for breaking down. So if I'm gonna keep the Cadillac, then I'm gonna have to learn how to work on it because I'll be damned if I'm gonna pay 60 some dollars for labor fees when I can just do it myself. Now, if it's something that I can't fix, that's a little, too hard, then I'll fork it out. But if it's something I can do, then I've been learning a lot from YouTube. Now, when I did the radiator, that right there was a hassle. I don't know if you've seen the V8 North Star engines. Everything's, compact. It was much easier putting it back together than it was taking it apart, that's for sure. I like to try and learn new things. I'm more hands on. I watch it and then observe it and then I do it. But since the Cadillac, well, it's up and running now. I just got to burp it. But other than that, the time that it was broke down, I had to find me another vehicle. So I'm buying a Trailblazer right now. And then, well, it's a 2003 Chevrolet Trailblazer. That way, if one car breaks down, then I have the other one to fall back on. I have too many clients to be walking. I'll walk if I got to, but if I ain't got to, then I won't. Yeah, I leave the cap off for that, don't I? Or do I go through the bleeder hose? Because there's two. There's a little bleeder hose on it, and then I take the cap off. I think they both pretty much do the same thing. The only thing with the bleeder hose, you got to make sure that the coolant tub don't go dry. Keep an eye on your fluids with that one. Oh, I'm gonna try it this way. Oh, that's a huge echo. Can you hear me? Am I echoing? All right, I'm back. It's located right on the top. Yeah, it's located on the top. It's got a little small clamp. I'll have to wiggle it a little bit to get the seal broke. I watched this YouTube video where this guy took uh, the bleeder hose off, and he had like a juice bottle, like uh, like an apple juice bottle, one of the bigger ones, and he put the hose inside of the bottle, and he started the engine up, and as he started the engine up, then it just flowed into the bottle. He said if there was any suds or anything, that was the air. But that's the part where I got to make sure that the tank doesn't go low, because it drops it down quite a bit. You got to make sure that don't go dry. But I also seen one where they just took the cap off, and they had this little, it's like a connector piece that screws on top, and then it's got a tub that attaches to it. And as the bubbles come up through the little tub, it released the fluid to go down inside of it. So I know I could do it that way, but I'd have to get the tub. So the bleeder hose is probably my only option at this point, unless I go and get that tub, which should only be a few dollars, not much. But that's all that I have left to do. And then she'll be up and running right on without it overheating anyway. I thought the head gaskets were shot in it. There was this black sludge that was in my coolant, but it turned out it was burnt transmission fluid. And the radiator that I got's got a coolant system in it, and cracked somehow, and it was just pushing the burnt transmission fluid back into my coolant tank. Them engines, they're known for head gaskets. If it ever comes down to a head gasket, by golly, I will sell that. No, the thermostat's fine. I did have to change the transmission filters, though. You're supposed to do that after so many miles anyway. Dropping that tank, it was pretty easy to do. Just jack the car up and unscrewed it a little bit and started letting the transmission flow down. And then after I did that, then changed the filters. They're sitting right under the tank. Yeah, it wasn't the head gaskets, thank God. I would have sold the car if it was, or junked it, one or the other. They say if head gasket issues, it's better to just buy a whole new engine, be cheaper. I'll do that. I don't think I've seen any of his videos. Yeah, because I'd like to keep the Cadillac because it's a good running car. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'll check him out. It is. You're right. And it's good on gas. You wouldn't think it with having the V8 engine in it. But yeah, I get more gas mileage out of it than I do the Trailblazer. Trailblazer, by golly, it sucks the gas. Absolutely not. Don't plan on it. Let's see if I can do this again without it echoing.
Welcome to the wild, wild west. Come on. 2 shots when I hit the jackpots, then I jump switch up. Now let me see you flex. Put your muscle to the test. Now let me see you flex. Pull up.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. I still got, I go for monthly MRIs. I got several tumors still. What happened was I ended up with a 8-pound tumor. Um, it was a aggressive cancer. It was in my stomach. They had to remove it through surgery and everything. And then I had chemo. But come to find out, I have neurofibromatosis. It's a genetic disorder that I was born with that causes mass tumors throughout the body. I have one in my arm. I have a couple in my legs. I have one at the top of my shoulder where my neck and my shoulder come together. And then I have 6 down my spine. And it causes me to have mini strokes and causes me to have mild seizures. So I'm heavily medicated on that. I take medicine during the day, like when I get up, and that keeps me pretty well, elevated enough to keep me from having any strokes during the day. And then I take night meds, which keeps me asleep to keep me from having any mini strokes or anything while I'm asleep. But yes, I have to go and get MRIs monthly. I can't have x rays. And I have to watch how long I'm in the sun because radiation causes them to grow, can cause them to grow. Let me rephrase that. Um, as of now, they're benign, but if they start to grow, they turn into cancer. Most people have them on the outside of the body. I don't know if you've seen pictures with people that have like bumps and stuff that are growing on the outside of their skin. Well, mine grow inside, and they grow off nerve endings, intestines, all your neurological part of your body. So, but yeah, as of now, they're benign. And the biggest one, that one's gone, and I've made a complete recovery and back to doing what I do best, staying busy. Thank you. But it's something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life, and there's nothing I can do about it. I didn't get it from my mom's side, so I must have got it from my dad's side, which sucks because I don't know my dad's side. So I don't know half the illnesses that come from that side or whatever. But yeah, I'm all better now. I still got the ones that they're monitoring, but all in all, it didn't stop me. I'm still here. That was definitely a scary moment, for sure. Because it happened out of nowhere, the one, and I didn't even know I had nerve fibromatosis. I weighed 93 pounds, and I'm not able to have any more kids. And then all of a sudden, my stomach just started growing, and by golly, I looked like I was flipping pregnant. I was in there, I was like, what the hell? Couldn't get that shit checked out. But yeah, that's basically what it was, and it grew quick. I was on bed rest for 6 months. Had to walk with the walker and everything. Yeah, I stayed positive throughout it all. It was scary, but I stayed positive. And the whole time that I was on bed rest, oh, I was going nuts. I could not stand it. Yeah, that's my original weight is 93, 98, in between there. Um, I'm only 4'10", so but now I weigh an even 100, so that's awesome. Hi, Big D. Welcome, welcome. No, they didn't zap it with a laser. They removed it through a liposcopic surgery. They made 3 incisions, and they went in with these clips and a camera, and they had it was called an endo bag is what it's called. They put that in there, and then they pulled I called him Paco. I gave him a name. But they pulled it through enough to make a small incision in it, and they stuck a hose in it and sucked out all the stuff to where they can get it small enough to put it in the bag and pull it through the incision. So all in all, but yeah, it weighed 8 pounds by the time I had surgery. So it started from small, and it was then 6 months. I couldn't see my feet. I had to walk with the walker. That was intense. Yeah, you're right. It is less invasive, and the healing process is a lot quicker. No, they did mine through IV. Now they do radiation. That's like a laser. Well, it's not like a laser, but similar. The link's up there if anybody wants to. Can I have a piece, Big D? Eat some pizza for me, man. The link is up there. Anybody who wants to pop up is more than welcome. I was pretty sick. Tell Big D me and you want a piece of pizza. Dinner's on him tonight. Listen, how you scared? I'd be scared too. Some of the streams are intense. I've watched a couple good ones. Yeah, he made me hungry too. The hell? Lets us know he has pizza and we're not invited. What the fuck? They keep it interesting though, don't they? All right, I'm gonna mute for a second and see if I can get it to where I can share that. I'm gonna tinker around for a second. Hold on. Can you still hear me? Am I echoing? Yes. Well, I thought I exited. Yeah, I was trying something. It didn't work out. Yeah, I've seen their stream. That was a good stream. Yeah, it got a little messy, didn't it? I tell you what I love the most is the voice that Time Wisely uses. It sounds so much like the GPS on, like when you're going somewhere. Please turn right in 100 miles. Recalculating. Yeah, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Uh, a lot of people don't like me because of who my brother is. I understand. I get it. Shit happens. I can honestly say I'm nothing like anybody in the family. I'm like the Discovery Channel. I've always been that way. I've always been like the loner out of the whole family. And you're right, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. But I respect everybody, and you know what I mean? Everybody's got their opinions and feelings, and I respect it. But I do like watching the streams. And there is so many that do like me, though, that, you know, I kind of raised myself there, gas control. I can honestly say that my turnout, how can I put this without being, because I love my family, don't get me wrong, but without being totally, crude. But a big portion of my teenagerhood, I was in a foster home, and my foster parents were absolutely amazing. They taught me how to survive. They taught me how to work for the things that I want in life. Just all in all, they were really good people. I'm still friends with them today. And their oldest daughter, is me and her was best friends, and we still are. But yeah, that has a lot to do with why I am the way I am. Being in a foster home was a blessing for me, to be honest. And then the majority of my adulthood, I've always lived on my own. I've always been miles away from the family. Just mom being in the backyard. This is the first time in years that I was this close to a family member. I've always lived elsewhere, you know? But that's just me. I keep to myself. But somebody's, despite all the things that happen, throughout the years, you only have one mom, you know what I mean? And so she needs somebody to help make sure that she's okay and has everything she needs. And if she needs help with anything, I'm right there. So I'm okay with being this close to mom now. To me, I was always literally the black sheep. Like it didn't bother me to be away from anybody. The way I see it is, if I made the effort to go and visit them, then they should have the effort, take the effort and come and visit me, like, back and forth. And a lot of times, a lot of the visits was a quick pop up, hang out for a couple hours and then leave. And, why am I going to put in the effort and stay, a couple weeks or a week and only get a couple hour visit? You know what I mean? So I stopped putting in the effort and just did my own thing. Yeah, you're right. I mean, she knows that I'm right here. If she needs anything, and she doesn't hesitate. There for a while, she was very hesitant on letting me know anything that was, if she needed help or anything. And I just basically had to start going back there. and you know what I mean, and checking on her daily and so on and so forth, because, you know, if I seen that she needed help, I know she wasn't going to ask. So I just did it anyway because I seen that she needed the help. But she's totally enjoying her peace and quiet. That's for sure. Yeah, you're right, Gas. A lot of people would look at it as a lot of people would look at my upbringing as, you know, a bad thing or anything. No, absolutely not. I am a positive person, and I believe 100% that if I didn't grow up the way that I did and end up in the foster home and all that, if none of that would have happened, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I am very appreciative of my upbringing. I remember my first house. I had no furniture, no nothing. All I had was a house. That was the beginning. No. Well, thank you, guys. But I remember my first house. I was so happy. I didn't have absolutely nothing but bags, a few bags of clothes that I had. And I found it's like a small stand that you can have little bookshelves in it. So I took this stand and I laid it on the side, and I took the uh, little shelves out, and I laid a blanket over top of it, and that was my couch. I remember that to this day. My bed was my bag of clothes, and I laid the blanket on top of that, and that was my bed, my bag of clothes. I had nothing. And by golly, I worked to the bone to have everything that I have today. And that makes me so happy that, you know, like, it's a good thing, you know, to remember where you come from, to the things that you achieve throughout life, you know. And my foster parents taught me that. They said, you can't rely on anybody. If you want anything in life, you have to you have to get out there and do it. You have to do it yourself. And it's okay to ask for help, but make sure you try it first and know in your heart that you can't do it before you even ask for it. That's what my foster parents told me all the time, and by golly, I've stuck to it. That's like my floors that I laid in my house. That's the most worst floor job I've ever seen in my life. I did a horrible job, but you know what? I did it. But I know in my heart now that if I go to lay any more floors, to ask for help. But I laid 2 rooms first by myself, and I know now that I am not a floor laying person. So I tried it first. Yeah, half of them ain't even locked in. I nailed every flipping piece. I don't give a shit. But now I know. That's right. And I'm woman enough to admit it. My floors look like shit. But damn it, I got her done. It's funny too, because when I go into my construction job, I've had a few of them ask me about floors. Said if I take a picture of my floors, you would not want me to touch yours. Oh, shit. Well, thank you. Proud of me too, man. Boy, Big D just took that pizza and ran, didn't he? The hell, Big D, we hungry. You can at least tell us what's on the toppings. Is it a meat lovers? Go ahead and lurk. Hide in the bushes. It's okay. Well, shit. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. And then I'll probably go live again tomorrow. After work, of course. But it's an early day, so. Thank you, Gas, for coming in. Thank you, Big D, for coming in. Everybody's always welcome. And I will see you guys on my next stream. Big hugs. Have an awesome rest of your day. Peace.